Okay, hello, YouTube. I want to talk today about how I've recently learned to motivate myself to learn different languages. If you're new to my videos, I speak 5 languages and I'm learning a 6th right now. And motivation for me is not something that comes naturally, I would say. It's not like, oh my God, I just wake up with motivation. But very recently, like very, very recently, I've learned what I need in order for me to motivate myself to do things. So now I know that if I'm unmotivated, I can think about why the reasons might be and I can rectify it. So I have always have clear action steps in front of me to find that motivation. Now, for me, I would have told you before, I think, I would have told you that motivation was internal. I would have said in the past that, oh, motivation is inside me. I have to bring it out of me. That's probably what I would have told you before, I think. But I think more and more recently, I've realized that motivation is actually outside me. It's external. It's not in me. It's actually outside me. And it took me time to realize this. So if I'm unmotivated, it for language purposes, it probably means that I'm using the wrong materials. Like if I'm not motivated, the materials I'm using, the courses, the resources, the apps, like the stuff that I'm using is probably the wrong stuff. For me, what I've been finding is that certain resources and courses have more motivation baked in them than others. Now, you might be thinking, maybe you're thinking, well, Azrin, I mean, I'm using all these resources. I'm doing this stuff am I using the wrong stuff? It could be. It could be. From what I can tell, I think that motivating courses and resources have 3 different things. Now, you don't need all 3, but the more of these 3 things that you have, I think the more motivation you get out of the course or out of the resource. So if you have these 3 things, you have maximum motivation out of a course or a resource if you have these 3 things. That's from what I can tell for me, right? For me. So I think number 1 is exciting goals. If there are exciting goals built into the course, if there are exciting goals built into the course, built into the resource, I think that unlocks motivation, right? So, for me, right, like I'm learning Ukrainian, and in Ukrainian, I want to reach an intermediate level. That gives me direction. It gives me energy. The second thing is expert instruction. If I have access to expert instruction in a certain language, it gives me that guidance and moral support. So I go to the gym as an example, and I have a personal trainer. For me, like he gives me moral support. Like he really supports me in my language, in my personal training journey, and he gives me that professional guidance. So that's really helpful for me to have that expert instruction, tied in with, of course, exciting goals. The last thing that I need when it comes to that finding that motivation is minimum requirements. So the best example that I have for language learning of minimum requirements is when I was a university student. I majored in French and Spanish. It was like a language and literature degree. Okay. And listen, if you're in university, there are minimum requirements. If you fail your classes, they kick you out of school if you don't pass your classes, right? Like there's minimum requirements. There are minimum requirements in university. And so when I majored in French and Spanish, in a way, it was kind of like you have no choice but to learn. In a way, it was kind of like that. In a way. So for me, motivation, 3 big things, plus a bonus 4th one, which we'll talk about in a second. 3 big things for me to unlock that motivation are exciting goals, exciting goals, expert instruction, minimum requirements. Now, the fourth thing for me is necessity, right? Necessity is like the biggest motivator, right? Like that's like number 1, I would say, is like necessity. But the only thing with necessity is you can't control it. I can't make you, right? I can't make you need to learn French. I can't make me need to do something. It's very difficult. Sometimes you can manufacture things, but generally no. I'll give you an example of this. My my cousin's fiance, he's learning French right now. And the reason he's learning French is because his life has presented a situation where he benefits greatly by learning French. He's up for all these promotions if he learns French, and he's being paid. He's being paid to learn French. He's being paid to learn. Like, wow. But his life is kind of unfolded in that way. And I think a lot of people that end up really successfully learning languages, their life just sort of unfolds in a way, it just unfolds in a way where they need to learn a language. They kind of like need it, right? And so that's often what happens. So anyway, so for motivation, for learning languages, there's three big things plus a fourth. The fourth is not really controllable in my eyes. Exciting goals, expert instruction, minimum requirements. Those are the three. And then necessity is, a nice bonus, but very difficult to manufacture. And for me, like I'll end on this note here. I love these ridiculous comments. Oh my goodness. Who have I attracted to this live stream? These are like the most ridiculous comments I've read. Anyway, I'm just gonna ignore them. If you have any legitimate questions and stuff, I'm happy to answer, but some of these comments here are just ridiculous. Anyway, for me, for my language learning right now, I'm highly motivated. And I think the reason I'm highly motivated is that I have a lot of these key ingredients to motivation, right? There's, I have my exciting goals. I want to reach an intermediate level. I have a level of necessity because right now my language learning helps me with my work. Like it's really important for my work to learn this language. I have minimum requirements. I'm using my own business's guaranteed fluency program. Like I'm using that exact program right now to learn, and it has minimum requirements. So that's great. So I have the minimum requirements. I have a certain level of necessity. I have exciting goals. The only thing I'm missing right now is the expert instruction, but I'm going to have that pretty soon. So that'll check the fourth box. So I think that's why I've got that high level of motivation, maybe more motivation than I've ever had before when learning languages. So that's that. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out. Yeah, we'll wrap this up here. I want to do more videos like this on YouTube. I've been doing more on Facebook and Instagram and other places. So I want to do more of these on YouTube as well. And just to share any kind of language learning advice. By the way, this is a good way to wrap this up, actually. I really want to help, so I've run a language teaching business for 9 years, almost 9 years now. And for the past couple of years, I've decided to specialize and only really help a certain type of individual. And the type of individual I really want to help are really serious learners who don't know how to learn. Like people who are like, yeah, I really want to get better. I really want to be fluent. I really want this, but I'm frustrated because I can't get better. I'm trying to get better and I can't. Or you just feel lost. You're like, I want to get better, but I don't know how. Like I really don't know how, right? And so that's the type of person I want to help. Just so you know the way that I operate. I always help for free in the beginning. Like always help for free, just as an act of good faith and to be helpful. I like to be helpful. So in the beginning, I help for free as an act of good faith and to be helpful. And then after that, if you want to look into any paid services, then by all means, of course, I have to make a living. So I offer, high quality paid services too. So if you guys want to reach out, you guys can just go to my website. Link is in the video description box. You're welcome to reach out, and I'm happy to chat with you more. So yeah, we'll wrap that up here. See you guys. Bye-bye. Don't know how to end a live stream on YouTube, so that's fun. Let's try and end this somehow. I haven't done a live in forever. Let's see how I do this. Do I just click this X? What do I do? I have no idea. Bye-bye. Dulce, you might have been the only person watching this that was a real person. Had all sorts of ridiculous bots today. I don't know how to end this, so that's fun. Do I just click this? Ha! Found it. All right, see you guys. Bye.